the 5,600 people that were living on the streets 6 weeks ago?
Good question. I'll reclaim my time. I'll get right to that because you brought up that there's so many people, cities across the entire country that are criminalizing homelessness, and it's true, it's going on. After the disastrous Supreme Court decision, Grants Pass versus Johnson, we see cities across the country criminalizing homelessness. Hell, my own city of Orlando has done it too, and I think it's despicable. I think it's wrong if a blue city does it. I think it's wrong if a red city does it. Because the problem here is you're not looking to solve homelessness, you're looking to hide it. You're not looking to provide an alternative to living on the street. You're looking to brush it away to another place.
Will the gentleman yield?
And not yet. And I think it's important. The other thing is the sponsor of this bill brought up, well, we're just giving them a tool. The tool is criminalization. That's the tool that you're handing federal law enforcement, that they can be fined and jailed. Further putting people who are having a tough time in life living on the streets into this cycle. You were talking about supporting services. Well, you have a chance. Donald Trump's FY26 budget, he wants to cut HUD by 44%. I'll yield to you if you can tell me if you're going to stand up to that. You were saying that you want to have services for people. This would make massive cuts to affordable housing, homeless services, rental assistance, all the things that help us keep people off the streets. Will you join us in opposing that?
That's a great talking point. We both know that the funding's not going to be different. So I mean,
the funding will be different.
A budget
is an aspirational for the programs.
Document.
I'll reclaim my time. The number for the programs that help homeless services will go down. Do you support that?
The president's budget is always an aspirational document, and we both know. And again,
I'll reclaim my time. Are you saying it doesn't matter what the? I mean, your president's saying he wants to cut HUD by 44%.
We have $37 trillion.
I'll reclaim my time. I'll reclaim my time.
Okay.
44% he wants to cut HUD. He wants to cut homeless services for your district and my district. Do you agree with that? I'll yield if you can answer yes. Yes or no, really.
You and I both know that the funding will be no different than last year.
Oh, so we're
going to move forward.
So you'll work at opposing the president's request.
I know how the system works, and I know that it requires 60 votes in the Senate to change government funding, and we're not going to get 60 votes to do anything. So we're going to have a CR. But again, how are you going to help the 5,600 people? You say that this
I'll reclaim my time. How are we going to help them? By fighting to ensure that the president and your party doesn't further erode the little services that we have in this country. We need housing, not handcuffs. We have a housing crisis in this country.
Will the gentleman yield?
Every time the rent goes up $100, homelessness goes up 9%. Let me say it one more time. Every time the rent goes up $100, homelessness goes up 9%. Homelessness is a housing problem. And you have no solutions for us here. You're talking about, again, trying to hide a problem rather than fix a problem. It is both cheaper and less challenging for us as a nation to keep people housed than, yes, to help them when they're on the streets. We need to help people when they're on the streets, but we need to fund rental assistance, transitional housing, permanent supporter housing, shelters, all this suite of services that help us keep our people on top of a certain line. Because it does cost more, and it is harder, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. And the president that you follow and that you are lauding wants to make a historic cut to the few services that we have so we can keep people from off the streets. And I think it's despicable. And you come here and try to act like there's a problem with us because we have a problem with you working to criminalize homelessness. People see beyond that.
It's already criminal. The D.C. City Police are not enforcing it. So what do you want us to do?
The tool you want to give federal law enforcement is allow them to go and arrest people who are sleeping on the streets because they have nowhere else to sleep. We shouldn't be criminalizing homeless people for the failures of government. Let's step up. Let's try to work together and ensure that we eradicate homelessness and fix this housing crisis.